Let's get this started!
Boy, this is gonna get a lot of hate or some kind of toxic fanboys attacking me, but here we go. So, this is a discussion about, hang on, let me turn the sound down a bit. Now, let me do it right what I was doing. Now, it's about Dragon Ball and how it's been like this. Now, I don't have a problem with the manga, though. The anime is getting milked to death. That's right, it's getting milked dry with Saiyans. Saiyans are everything. Saying this, saying that, saying this, blah 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 blah. They don't focus on the races they originally had. Like for instance, they don't focus on Zarbon's race. They don't focus on Goldo's race. They don't focus on any other races they have, and yet they barely focus on them. Now I know what you're thinking, come on, these guys are irrelevant. So what? They can become relevant by just focusing on their races in a different way. Now, why is that? Look at Saiyans. It's Saiyans all the time. Like, Saiyans, for instance. Look at what happened to the Saiyans. They're taking over the show. Now, I don't mind them explaining the Saiyans' race and story and what happened to them, but if you want to focus on the race's story, then don't just focus on Saiyans almost every freaking day. It's the same, it's like, it's like focusing on just Vegeta. You focus on one character at a time, and, it just becomes stale. Like, they milked the cow dry, in a sense. Like, and there's also the fact that they barely focus on the Earthlings. They don't focus on any other race. Hell, they barely focus on the Mechians. We have so many races in Dragon Ball, but they barely do it. Hell, DC Comics at least did it. I'm not attacking the creator or bashing them. Okay, I respect Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, and I don't attack him. That's not me. That's not what I do. I'm simply saying what I think. Now, I will respect what the creator decides, even if it's overrated, even if the Saiyans are pretty overrated and not going to be, overpowered, because they're already OP with their Zenkai boost. So then just, I don't know, give the Saiyans at least a nerf while focusing on other races. Like, for instance, focus on Earthlings and hybrids. Hell, focus on the Hair race. I'm talking about Bojack's race, to be exact. Why his race? Well, if you remember back in Dragon Ball, him and his crew pretty much took on the Super Saiyans, and they were kicking their asses till they died. Like, Trunks died, kicked Kogu's ass, I think that's his name, and other characters like that. But you could just focus on other races and, maybe, at least treat some races with respect, because, Dragon Ball is all about Saiyans, and we rarely see any other races. Plus, we rarely see any timelines where Goku Black doesn't take the body of a Saiyan and take the body of an Earthling and kill everyone with the Earthling's body. Yeah, you heard me. Why is that? Why? You may be wondering. Why? Well, that's simple. If you have, an Earthling that kills Saiyans, it would show that Saiyans aren't shit, and they're actually weak. They're actually the same. They're not strong. They're not as powerful as they think they are. Now, I don't hate the Saiyans. I'm just saying my thoughts and how overused the Saiyans are. And I personally think that they're okay. They could at least bring back Raditz and Nappa and have them be stronger than ever. And they could have just said they shouldn't have. Also, I liked Pikkon and think that the retcon of Otherworld is unneeded. They could have had Frieza's hell being a different part, since there are in hell. But back to what I was saying. Focus on other races, like Pikkon's race, or any other race we don't know about. Hell, we could have seen Zarbon's race, a stronger member of Zarbon's race with his own god form, or, in other cases, his own third form or second, or whatever form a member of Zarbon's race can evolve at. And there's also Burter's race, which would be similar to Dicebo from the Tournament of Power, where he's a lot faster. And there are other races that are really needed to be explored more, because Dragon Ball has a lot of them, and it just became Dragon Ball Saiyans just became overrated. And I'm not trying to attack on Saiyans. I'm not saying Saiyans are bad, but it's just that Saiyans have been given so much free treatment. They've been given so much treatment through Dragon Ball that Earthlings, Yamcha, Krillin, Tien, every Earthling fighter we know from the original Dragon Ball, every Earthling has been forgotten because of obviously Saiyans taking over the thing. Now the manga did bring back, but still they should at least focus on more Earthling characters because it will at least show respect to the Earthlings and not show that Saiyans are taking over the show. Now, as for anything else, I would say that, just because you have a Saiyan doesn't mean you should just make him the entire protagonist. Like hell, Cell's bio android. He should at least be stronger than most Saiyans, because if they're a hybrid, then why not just involve that? I mean, why not just involve a hybrid or something, and maybe, I don't know, increase their power or something like that. Saiyans are pretty much taking over the thing anyway, so why not try some new stuff? Excuse me. Sorry about that. But as I was saying, is there anything else I would like to see? Well, I don't know. Maybe like have Cooler tell the story of his race, because he seems a lot smarter than sorry about that. Like as I was saying, Cooler should not be retconned. Like I think he should at least have he should, but actually, yeah, focus on Cooler actually. Because if they want to like focus on more races, maybe focus on Frieza's race and then get to other races. Like for instance, the same one that gave Bardock from the old movie special his power to see into the future. Focus on them because we can see the past and see how strong they really are. Because it will at least show that Vegeta wasn't the strongest. Because Vegeta's a cocky bastard, and I'm going to dislike how fans show how he is, and not going to bash on Prince Vegeta. I'm talking about the toxic ones. Hell, I used to be toxic, and I hate being toxic. But yeah, I would blame myself for that too, because how I just watched a parody series more than the anime until I rewatched the anime. Now back to other stuff. I like to say that there should be at least more focus on other races, including I guess Tuffles, because GT did a great job on focusing on the Tuffles like Baby Vegeta and others and more, because Baby Vegeta was a great example of that, because how he basically has a grudge against Saiyans and how they could have done many things, but no, they barely did anything with that. They just had Saiyans take over everything. We see this. I mean, there's no problem with Legendary Super Saiyan. I love Legendary Super Saiyan and think it's a great transformation, but I think Universe 7 should just be called Legendary. It should not be retconned and changed to something dumb Berserk. I don't think that doesn't fit the name. That's what I'm saying. That's just my opinion. Okay, now I'm getting off topic like an idiot. What I'm trying to say is, a lot of Saiyans have been taking over the show for I don't know, who knows how long, for years, and the Saiyans has been becoming overrated to the point that they became kind of overpowered, and the Dragon Ball characters like Tien, Yamcha, and Krillin have been slept on. Plus, if you think about it, Dragon Ball characters could have gotten an increase to prove that their Earthlings are stronger than Saiyans, because it will show the power of the human race. And hell, they could have done something with Namekians and show that their Namekians can be as strong as a Saiyan. Because honestly, they overdid it with the Super Saiyan this and Super Saiyan that bullshit. When they could have just said that Super Saiyan, they could have added limitations to I don't know, the Super Saiyan transformation. Because also, they should really chill with giving Goku these transformations. Sure, I've done stuff in fanfics, but even I know there's a limit. I'm talking about fanfics, I'm just using that as an example. But as I'm saying, they're giving Goku too many transformations when they could have not, milked the shit out of Dragon Ball and milked the cow dry. They basically milked the cow dry by giving Saiyans these power-ups when they could have focused on other members. Hell, Ribrianne's race is unique, and she's pretty much, she has her own form, which is unique to her. Hell, they could have done something with many other races that are humanoid and show that they're strong. Hell, even Bergamo's race, I think he's like a wolf type thing. I don't know what his race is, I haven't looked up in the wiki yet, but as I was saying, basically other members of races in different universes are much more unique, and I think if they just want to make the Saiyans unique, then don't milk the shit out of the transformations. Seriously, milking the shit out of them will just ruin the Saiyans' characters. I mean, not characters, I mean, it just ruins the show, and you focus on one character, it's just an issue, because it's just gonna be annoyance, and, you know, if you want to focus on one character, then maybe make a special for specific characters, because there's still gonna be characters the Dragon Ball still needs to talk about, like, they still need to tell Yamcha's origin. Why origin? Well, it's unknown, really, why Yamcha's in the desert. I mean, I have no knowledge. Unless there's something I don't know, just tell me in the comments below, because I don't know everything. Just saying that flat out. But I'm saying this flat out because there's a lot of Dragon Ball characters that could have been used more, but, you know, because Dragon Ball focuses on Saiyans so much, it's just obvious. It ain't surprised that they'll focus on Saiyans the entire series till, you know, Dragon Ball becomes too obvious. Yeah, so anything else I have to add to this? Well, maybe just focus on more races, and I just feel that Saiyans are just going to become more overrated after the transformations they've obtained. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and goodbye.